Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA Online video. My name is Saintsfan, and finally, after like 3 months of waiting, the Obey 10F Widebody is now available in GTA Online. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys why I think it's the best sports car. We will get to this Newswire at the end. Honestly, the actual event week we got this week's not that great. Of course, we're still doing the heist month, so I'll mention that towards the end. But let's get into the video. Let's see how good this widebody actually is. Now, as always, we'll start with the customization. And no shocker, this thing is great in that category. As far as the conversion price goes, it actually costs $575,000 if you bring it to Benny's. So that's relatively cheap, but you do have to remember the actual 10F, I think, is like 1.7-ish mil. So, you know, when it's all said and done, you're going to be spending probably close to 2.5 mil, maybe even a little bit more on this vehicle. So it's pretty expensive, but honestly, I think it's worth it. I mean, the model, we've already gone over this with the regular 10F. The model looks phenomenal. And in my opinion, the wide body just makes it look even better. Now, I do know there's some people that don't like the wide body look. They don't like the sort of bolted on exterior. If that's the case, this ain't the car for you, I guess. As you'll see, the regular 10F is pretty competitive with the wide body. The wide body does just make it a little bit better. So you're not losing out on much, but in my opinion, the wide body is the best way to go with this vehicle just because you get the extra customization, the extra speed, and it looks a lot cooler. Now, of course, we're scrolling through all of the customization options. What this car does, it just expands slightly upon the 10F. I mean, you still have all of those options. There are the options. I think it's the forged option that just, it doesn't look good. So yeah, you might see a lot of like numbers, like 23 options, but maybe like 6 or 7 of them are those forged options, which just don't really look that good. But of course you have primary, secondary, carbon. There's just a lot of options here for the fender, the back. You can actually remove the back fender, which is kind of unique. You can do some cool stuff with that. Bunch of different spoiler options, bunch of different little smaller options you can put like on the hood, on the front grille. I guess if I were to say the one disappointing part about the customization on this vehicle is still the liveries. There's just not like anything that's really crazy good with them. There's not really any, in my opinion, that stand out. You do have the more simple traditional, you know, stripe liveries, and of course those look great. But if you're expecting something like, you know, crazy or major, then yeah, you're not getting it as far as liveries go with this vehicle. But honestly, we can live with that because the car just looks so good without liveries. But yeah, as far as all the other customization, of course, it's Benny's. You got all the interior stuff, although I will say none of it really is new. So it's all of the older models for like the steering wheel, for the seats. So honestly, you might just want to keep that stuff stock. As far as the paint goes, of course, you have primary, secondary, you have the trim. The one thing I will mention when it comes to customization is the suspension, and you might see it a couple of times throughout this video. This car kind of clips if the suspension is lowered. I guess because of the wide body, like the bolted on wide body, it just, I don't know what's exactly wrong with it, but yeah, sometimes when you're going over curbs and stuff, the tires will clip through if the suspension is lower. Even if the suspension is default, you might see it. So maybe that's like a kind of negative, but it doesn't happen that often to be like super annoyed with it. But yeah, overall customization is top tier because it's a Benny's vehicle. So of course, that's one reason why I think this is the best sports car. The second reason though is the performance. Now we're actually comparing it here against the regular 10F and the Italy GTO, which I believe is actually, prior to this, the fastest sports car in the game. Now, of course, the Italy GTO is on the bottom. The Obey 10F Widebody, the one we're taking a look at, is at the top left, and then the regular 10F is on the top right. You'll notice right away the 10F Widebody does actually have a little bit more speed than the regular 10F. I think it's only like 3-4 miles an hour. I believe the top speed in the top left on the 10F Widebody was 144 miles an hour, where the top speed on the regular 10F was only 140. And it actually kind of blows out the Italy GTO. I mean, that one we only got up to 133. And when we finish, the wide body actually finishes a decent amount faster than both of those other vehicles. So when it comes to performance, you're getting one of the best cars in the game, and it's a sports car. Now, I don't necessarily know if this is going to translate into the races. Of course, when it comes to races, there's different types. It's definitely going to be good. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be the best, but if you are just looking for one of the best cars for like free roam, I mean, this is definitely one of them. And as far as handling compared to the regular 10F, I didn't really notice anything like that crazy. I guess maybe it's slightly different as far as the handling goes. I guess it's subjective whether or not you think it's better. But if you do enjoy driving the regular 10F, I think you'll enjoy driving the wide body. As far as handling on the wide body though, I mean, look, it handles like a regular sports and supercar, honestly. It's nothing unique really as far as the handling goes. So if you can drive all the other vehicles, you probably can drive this one. It doesn't have that crazy a suspension. I drove it over a couple of the crazier roads and it does come off the ground. So you might want to be a little bit careful. You're driving super fast. You could lose control, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to control this thing. It also does have good acceleration and all that. So if you're, making a lot of turns, that is of course going to help out. So yeah, as far as the handling goes, again, it's just a top tier car in that respect. Now, some of the other things I haven't mentioned, I believe the wide body variant actually fixes a bunch of the issues that we found with the 10F. Like with the 10F, a certain amount of tires and wheels will actually, or would clip with the brake calipers. I believe that's fixed on the wide body, so you don't need to run into that. And I think there were a couple of other little glitches with the regular 10F, more than likely because Rockstar made everything for the wide body variant. And so that's why there's probably glitches with the regular. The interior of the vehicle isn't honestly the greatest. I mean, it's just okay. I think, obviously you probably have seen it with the 10F, but nothing really was changed with the wide body. Overall, I think this is it's such a good looking car. Like the model is so good. I mean, the Audi R8 IRL is just one of the best cars, I think, in my opinion, at least looks wise. It's so unique. It's so cool looking. And Rockstar did a great job with it in this game. And as far as the wide body variant here that came out today, I think it's 100% a must upgrade to get. It's only 500K on top of the other stuff, so it's not like that crazy. And in my opinion, it's worth it. Like I said, unless you don't like the look of it, this is the superior version of the 10F. So with that being said, let's quickly just go over the Newswire event. So of course, the heist event is still going on. This week, they're giving out bonuses for the Diamond Casino as well as the Humane Labs raid. So you get 2 times money actually on the Humane Labs raid, which isn't terrible. It's a fun heist. I don't know if that actually gives you more or like a lot more money. But that's cool. Also, if you're a GTA Plus member, it'll stack with the other benefits. So you actually end up getting 3 times money if you're a GTA Plus member on that heist. The Diamond Casino here, it's not actually double money, but it's 1.5, so 50% more money. As well, I believe they mentioned somewhere that the diamonds are actually going to be back in the Diamond Casino. There's like an 18% chance you can get those, which do give more money. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then yet again, I might clarify this in a separate video because I've seen some people kind of curious about this. If you complete all of the heist finales by November 24th, so 14 days from now, you will get $2 million. As for all the other stuff, I guess you can get these diamond bulletproof vests if you complete the Diamond Casino. So there you go. There's a bunch of these new community series modes. So those are okay. You get these t-shirts for free. The K-Rose one is by simply logging on anytime this week. And you'll actually get the statue of the happiness statue, whatever. Same way. Just log on, play the game. 2 times money is on open wheel races. That's okay. 2 times money on the Gerald contact missions. All right. The hardest target I didn't even know what that is. Does anyone even play adversary modes? I don't know. I feel like there's only like 2 that are good, but yeah. Here we have the podium, or not the podium, but the dealership vehicles. Okay, not bad. And then on the other one, some F1 vehicles. And then I guess that's it. I mean, we'll get to the discounts. If we scroll down here, 30% off arcades and all the modifications. 30% off also on the penthouse. That's a pretty good thing to own if you don't have it. And then scoped night vision. Okay. Any other vehicles discounted? Let's see. Anything here? The Yosemite is kind of a cool vehicle. It's only 35% off, but I mean, that's fun. That's kind of it though. I mean, all these other ones are not really the best. So yeah, like I said, the event week itself, not the best, but we got the best vehicle. The Obey 10F here is just so good. Let me know in the comments what you guys' thoughts are on the vehicle if you've checked it out. That's going to do it for today's video, though. Thank you all for watching. Please drop it a like. If you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.